Hello everybody, my name's Adam and today we're jumping back into Planet Zoo where we'll be creating a kind of tropical oasis. Well, that's what I've named it anyway. Before we get into this, just want to declare this habitat was built and created as part and for a competition run by Simply Savannah. So Simply Savannah is another Planet Zoo content creator based on YouTube. Go and check her out, search her name up if you've not already. She is amazing. Tell her I sent you, tell her I said hello. Now let's get into this creation. And the thought process for this creation for me really was somewhere our guests could go and it was like a whole new world. Bit of a holiday vibe, a bit of a tropical in the middle of nowhere vibe, and we started off creating that environment and that atmosphere by creating quite a large water fountain, water feature, waterfall, whatever you want to call it, and you can see me doing that now. So we started with the tropical rocks and making it blend in. We used the waterfalls out of the aquatic pack instead of using the actual waterfall building pieces. I thought it'd be much easier, and I've not actually used these much, so I really wanted to see what I could do with them and what I could create with them, and it does actually come out looking pretty decent. And you can see me now just filling in the rock work, and we do end up adding a load of foliage as well. And this was mainly the big centerpiece of this build and what gave it the full tropical oasis vibe, and adding waterfalls to any build really makes a build breathtaking. And after a lot of fiddling around and adding little bits and bobs, it came out looking like this. As you can see, we've added a lot more foliage. We've also finished the rock work and we've added a custom barrier here, which I'll just show you, which is basically just made out of glass, bamboo and rope, and we've added it on the other side as well. And I decided to go ahead and add it on the bridge part as well, keeping the same theme and making everything look and fit in very smoothly and nicely. After that section was done, I decided to move on to the section of the main part of the habitat where our animals will be able to traverse. And I wanted to break up the barrier a little bit and make it look a bit more tropical, a bit more overgrown, and add a bit more of a difference as well. Instead of having a barrier just all the way around, decided to add this, and it's basically just a bunch of rocks and a bunch of foliage with like an overhanging tree shaded area for our guest. Our guests should be able to see over the foliage and the rocks as well. And then I just decided to add the barrier all the way around and finish off the actual habitat barrier itself, make everything look clean, as close to the path as I could possibly get it. I do tweak it a little bit, and that custom barrier what you saw me add previously around the water fountain part of the build, we do end up adding it all the way around our main part of the build as well. But what I needed to do was added a staff area, and this is where I added it. I basically created some kind of like cave, inward cave going in to place our staff buildings in. I wanted them quite hidden away, and I wanted them quite private as well, because they're for a staff at the end of the day, and our staff also need privacy. And we carried on the same theme as using the bamboo. I decided to do it over water as well, again trying to give it that more tropical look and create the same kind of theme we've been trying to go with. I believe we do just end up adding a staff room and a keeper's hut, because that's all we needed for this habitat, to be honest with you. And we didn't go into loads of details, I wanted it to keep it quite simple, and you can see me currently going off on a tangent and placing more decorative items around the actual habitat itself, and we do end up placing this barrier around it as well, so our guests cannot trip over and fall into the caved water. And that is pretty much the habitat complete, everybody. Now, just remember, this habitat was created as part of Simply Savannah's competition. Simply Savannah is an amazing content creator based on YouTube. If you haven't already, go and check her out. Tell her I sent you, tell her I said hello. Now, let's have a little tour of this habitat. And we'll do this right from the start where our entrance is. And you can see it's got that tropical overgrown look. And we'll go in and we come up to our first education point and our first viewing point. We've got this double fencing again to make it try to look more realistic. So we've got the initial habitat gate and then a guest fence, custom made on the outside. So any of our little guests, i.e. the kids, can't go sticking their fingers through the gate and getting them bit off. So we'll take a left here. And we'll come along this path and we'll actually go around the waterfall to start with. I've added a bench here so our guests can chill out and watch and listen to this waterfall. Again, including our custom fencing, what we made. We'll go along this bridge area and we come to our second education point and our second main viewing point. And what a viewing point it is. Look at that for a viewing point of a habitat. Now we'll carry on the bridge around. Again, you'll see a lot of foliage, a lot of palm trees giving it that tropical look. And all the way around, it's pretty much 360 viewing area. And that's the one thing I love about building circular habitats. It gives guests the opportunity to get every angle of the habitat to view wherever they want to. There's our little sleeping hut for our animals. And we'll follow this path and we'll come up to this little overhanging tropical themed shading area / foliage area. Again, just trying to give the habitat a bit more oomph, a bit more differential styles by breaking up the habitat gate here. And if we turn around here, you'll see our staff area, which is over water and kind of in a cave. Everything we need there. We've got this lovely in-game fence, what I've actually never used before, and now it's coming use for my first time. And we come back to our entrance, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in and show you the scale of the build. And there we have it. So I wanted it to pretty much look like it's in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, it's not a full zoo, it is just a habitat. This was just a fun project. Again, like I said earlier, a part of a competition run by Simply Savannah. I hope this gives you some kind of inspiration to build habitats yourself like this. I had a lot of fun building this habitat, and I'm always up for building any circular habitats. I just think it's a great way to create stuff in Planet Zoo. But I'm going to leave you there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button, it helps the channel a lot. Subscribe if you're new around here. My name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful day and I will catch you in the next one.